Good morning to Pancakes and Pajamas. And today is our fairy day. We're going to set our food and how we can set our food. And so I've got my fairy wings on. I've been in the garden smelling the roses. And so we're just gonna call in all that magic, all that fairy dust. And before, when people used to eat, they would always pray over their food. And like fairies, it's like bringing magical dust. So we're gonna set our food today and see what happens when we set our food. So get your fairy wings on and let's create and let's set our food, because what we set our food at, we then consume. And when we consume the food, then we become that energy that we set it at. So today we are going to first set our water. Get your glass of water and start drinking lots of water. And so I'm going to take my magic spatula wand and call in that joy and that peace and set my water at joy and peace, bringing in all that magic energy. And now what we're going to do is today we're going to make, last night I baked a baked potato, and then I cut them out like little bowls, little boats. And what we're going to do is in the boats, we're gonna put bacon, we're gonna put an egg, we're gonna put cheese. And yesterday my son loved the pulled beef so much, the burrito, that I'm just gonna make him that for lunch. So we're gonna get started on this. And the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to put some cheese in the baked potato, and we're going to then start to fry the bacon up. We'll turn on the pan, get it a little warm, fry the bacon, chop up the bacon, and then we're gonna add the egg to these boats, to these little potato boats that we have today. And there we go. And then you bake it in the oven for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It's very simple, it's very easy to do. And then what we're going to do is we are gonna crack this egg and see if we can crack it so that, there we go, that's perfect. So that the egg kind of sits in that boat. And one egg, it looks like, is just enough. Here we go. Look how easy this meal is. It was like 15 minutes to bake the baked potato. There we go. And this way too, oops, oh look at that. All right, so here we go. We're gonna put the egg and the potatoes, so just to get a closer look. It's like a little boat with an egg and cheese in it. Welcome if you're just joining me. And today we are learning about setting our food. When you think about it, it's like we eat so unconsciously. And so what is our relationship like with our food? So we've got our little bowls here. I'm gonna start to put this in the oven. And these are I don't know what they are, boat potatoes with cheese, and we're gonna bake an egg, and now we're gonna cook the bacon that we put on top. We're gonna bake this for about 10-15 minutes. And while we fry up the bacon, you see if this is ready. And welcome to your Friday. There we go, we're gonna start to. So we're gonna set this bacon, any food that you have with intention, if we can set this food, so it's going to make my son nice and strong. It's gonna make him super nice and grateful. So we're gonna add the bacon to the pot. And just the power of intention. Good morning, thanks for joining. And what we set during the day is so powerful. So the best way to set our space is set our food. When you think about it, and our relationship with food, let's wash my hands. What happens is we get hungry or we get cravings. And what that means when we get cravings is we're ungrounded. And when we're ungrounded, our body needs to ground. So we crave things. We have certain cravings. Now what I'm going to do is, since my son wanted what we made yesterday, that pulled beef, I am going to just put it in the microwave with some cheese. And this is a redo. And welcome if you're just joining me. We are making boats. Let me just grab one. Here's what we're making. We are making potato boats today with our little fairy wings, with a cracked egg in it and cheese, and then we're adding some bacon in with our little boats. And we are doing a redo. And we're learning to set our food. Our hands actually have energy in them. And so when we rub your hands together, try this today, and we can actually set the food. So in this food, we can set it at abundance. We can set this food at good fortune today, at seeing some new opportunities. And just see what food comes in from our little fairy wings and our fairy dust. And I've got my wand here, my heart is your heart spatula wand, and we're just calling that in. And this is my son's lunch, so he wanted the pulled beef that I made yesterday. We're just gonna heat it up in the microwave. And then I'm just gonna wrap it up. He loved this so much. His tea spilled over though in the car. You know how frustrating that is? He got all of his homework wet. He didn't realize it was an open tap, and there you go. So we are just calling on this magic today for all of our families, for our kids. Our kids go to school and they're in so much chaos and energy, and we're just calling in that this burrito is filled with peace, is filled with love and joy. So I'm going to heat this up, and just, for 80 seconds. We're going to get the bacon rolling. So a few weeks ago, then, I started this. And I have to say that I started cooking because I had never really cooked. So it's like, okay, what is essence? What does spirit want to do in me? And it was all about food, especially because this month is about getting in your body, getting your home organized, owning your space. What energy do we have really set in our homes and in our space? Let me turn that down a little bit. And so we a lot of times just walk through the day, walk through fields of energy that are cracked. And then we get infected. We get all this stuff on our space. It's like peppermint patty filled with dust. So we have the power to decide what we want in our space, decide on the energy. And this is a matching game. So how did you use the matching yesterday? Meaning, if somebody was in a foul mood, either you're going to match them and become that foul mood, they're going to throw it to you like a hot potato, and you're going to catch it, or you're going to keep your little fairy wings on. You are going to keep in your good spot, in your happy spot. All right, so here is his burrito. I'm going to let that cool off. I am going to wrap this up for his lunch. And today is very simple. Now, I'm going to get my tea. Here is my tea. Look at this, is like right from the garden. I have these beautiful roses in my garden. This is nettle tea. I'm going to add some rose petals next time. So it's nettle tea. Oh, it smells so good. So we're just going to call, and I'm going to set and infuse this tea. I'm going to connect my love, my heart to it, and give a blessing to it, that this tea for all of us keeps our hearts warm today, our hearts filled with love, and spreading that joy. So I'm just gonna, actually I'm gonna put it right here in this teapot. And we're going to steep it. That tea yesterday was incredible that I had. So teas are so medicinal. And I invite you, and I'm going to be doing some incredible teas, especially if you have any needs, or if you need more energy, or you're feeling sick, or you know your kids are athletic and they just need a boost. There's amazing teas that we can make. So let me know if you are interested in learning about, you know, something to support you, because we want our food to support us. And you know, in the old days, they would pray over food, and so it's like a ritual. And the more we give prayer, the more we give life, the more we give energy to our food. This is what we're going to be putting back into our bodies. So here we go. Now we're going to check our, if you just joined me today, we're making our little fairy boats, our potato boats, and they've got an egg in it, they've got cheese. We're going to sprinkle some parsley on top. I'm going to go get the parsley now. And these banana boats, these egg boats are looking good. They're looking good. I'm going to turn the oven up. I'm just getting used to this new oven and the temperature on it. And I've got some parsley right here. And I would love to hear what you set your space at today. Today I'm setting my space at abundance, at joy, and that things just flow and come through. That it's fun, that we play together. And so when you think about being healthy, what is health? Health is about energy in the body. And so the more we can play, the more we have fun, the more we play together, the more miracles we can create. Okay, we're going to let that cook. And this is good. We're just going to wrap this up. I'm just going to actually let this set a little bit. And so I just want to show you this one magical thing. Rub your hands together if you can. Feel that energy. And then we're going to just set the energy at joy. And just feel that ball of joy. And even just kind of move it, like feel that joy around you. And then we're just going to fill up with that joy. We're going to be flying today with that joy. And if you have any place where maybe your heart hurts, or you have a headache or anything, you can just use your hands to touch yourself and bring that joy into your body. There we go. So here's his lunch. He loved that burrito yesterday. You know what? And I know he's going to, actually, I totally forgot. He loved that mango sauce. And it may be hard to kind of undo this, but I'm going to try. Pull this apart a bit. And we're going to just add that mango. There we go. That mango sauce was so good. All right, now we're going to fold the burrito. It's never too late. And fold those ends. He has a short day today, but then he has drama after school. Okay, how's our bacon doing? Our bacon is looking good. I'm going to open this back door. Our bacon is done. And here we go. Whew. My alarm may go off. Kind of cooked that bacon too much. That's fine though, because you can just take those burnt pieces and cut those off. Take this off, push this back. I'm still soaking those beans, and let's just pat these dry. So on this magical Friday, what are you going to create? And when you move with the energy of magic, when you move with the energy of bringing something new in, something through, you just need to call it in. When we're younger, we have this imagination, we have the ability to play. And then when we play, we imagine things, and that's how we create. So we're going to cut these bacons into bacon bits. Let me get a knife. Check out these boats. They're still cooking. Chop these. So today is the start of 3 days before the full or the new moon. So time to plant in the ground, time to plant some new seeds. So be thinking about what you're going to do today, what you're going to plant. The new moon is on Sunday. So 3 days before, 3 days after, it's a magical time. And see what kind of energy that you want to be moving with today. Our food is our energy. Our food is what moves us. And so even if you're, no matter what you're eating, I'm going to take this part off. No matter what you're eating, set your food. It's like a little prayer, or just set an intention with just consciousness and awareness before you eat it. So we're just going to cut this last piece. And I want you to see the miracles that happen just by setting food. Praying over your food. So we rub our hands together. We just set these bacon bits as miracles. That miracles show up today, and we infuse our food with that miracle. And then when we eat our food, then we have this circuit. We don't separate out, or we don't go unconscious to it. We thank the food. We thank the bacon, the poor little pig, because those pigs are so smart. I don't eat bacon. And it's very interesting, because when my kids were growing up, I would be doing green drinks every morning, and we all got really sick from green drinks. And I had my mom make, not blaming my mom, I had my mom make green drinks, and she hated making these green drinks because the juicer, and we all got sick. So it's kind of like, what energy are you making your food with? How do you feel when you're making your food? It is a sanctuary, a wonderful space of creation. So here we go. We're gonna have some tea, some hot tea. It smells so good, I'm gonna add some mint to it. Let me get the mint. And then our boats should be ready. You can put a little butter or ghee too in your tea. Let's see how our boats are doing. Oh my goodness, they're still not done. I'm gonna turn it up a little higher. So here is my tea. And if you have a cup of tea, it's very magical, because as you look in the tea and that mist is coming off the tea, magic comes from it. So place your intention even in the tea. So just with silence, set maybe a hope or a dream that you have today, and you can just set it in the tea. Maybe a hope or a dream that you have more joy and happiness, or that your next step, whatever you're working on, it just appears and comes through. Like when my camera went down and it didn't recognize my face, and it was very interesting, because when I showed the guy at the iPhone store, my camera, it worked when you were looking outward, but when it came to me, it was just pure white, like white. He's like, well, it just looks like light. and our bodies are all changing and transforming. And so this is a great opportunity to really be mindful and just set our food. Because when we set our food, then we become that. It's the easiest way to do it. It's like medicine. And so when we have intention, that's all we need for medicine. Setting our food and then drinking it. And then really becoming it. Because we're so mean to ourselves at times. And it is about having a new relationship with our body in a new way. So let's see if those, here's what we've made if you just join. We're playing, we're having fun with our food. We've got our fairy wings on. We're just learning how to fly. We've got an egg and cheese and a potato. And today we talked about matching. And matching is, are we gonna match joy? Are we gonna move into a room and let people match how we feel? Or are we gonna match them and maybe their funky mood? And so somebody's gonna win. And who is it going to be? Let it be us today. Let it be us bringing this joy and this fairy music through and in. Okay, we're gonna check and see. You know, my son likes eggs over easy. Let's see how they look. I think they still need more time. Yes, they do need a little more time. This is what they look like though. And I'm gonna put some cheese on these. They're still a little too runny. And then we're gonna put the bacon on top. So here we go. These could be very fun for your kids. You know, depending on what ages your kids are. And so, so here we go. I'm going to show you what this looks like. That is an egg over easy, cheese, and bacon. It just needs a little more time. So all of these menus, I've never made anything before that I've cooked. In my 2 weeks of what does Essence want to create me? Well, I think I'll start cooking because I never really did this before. It was them cooking. So it's much better than Lucky Charms because that box food is so bad. So this weekend, have an amazing weekend and rub your hands together, sprinkle your food. It's like pepper, sprinkling joy and peace on your food, pray over your food, give good intention, and then we drink it. We return the energy back to us. Energy out, energy back. And when you fill up, miracles happen. Thanks for joining, and join me too tonight. I am going to have my new moon course, a telecourse. So you can go to my website, kimberlysimo.com. Subscribe, please, to me on YouTube and Instagram. You can find me and find out about how you can create a new life. Love you guys. My heart is your heart. Have a great day, and thanks. Bye.